It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see Geno Smith. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Seahawks and the Rams. Next on EA Sports.
It's known as one of the loudest stadiums in sports for a reason, and it'll only get louder as the collective 12th man starts cheering for their Seahawks. Welcome to Lumen Field in Seattle. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scotts alongside Brock Heward. And Brock, now that we're into the November portion of our season, we've got a pretty good picture of who both of these teams, at least who we expect these teams to be from here on out.
Yeah, no question about it, Kate. They're through the opening rounds if this is a boxing match, right? In this season-long fight. Early issues been worked through, at least you hope so. And this is where they have to be in that groove as we push through the heart of the season. Any team?
We've reached the halfway mark of the regular season. A lot of work left to do as we're away in Week 9. He stopped on the return at the 27. So out come the Seahawks for their first offensive possession. They'll be led out by the 12th-year pro from West Virginia, Geno Smith.
He gave us all the excitement we could hope for last week, but it wasn't all in a good way, at least for his team. Never knew if his throws were going to end in a touchdown or turnovers, and he had a couple of both by the end of the loss. You don't want him to lose that gunslinger mentality. You just want him to be a little more thoughtful with each and every decision.
And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle. Well, as we see the names populating this injury report, partner, we recognize they've had to do some adjusting over the course of the season as key contributors have gone down.
And this, right here, this is where fan favorites and surprise superstars are born, Kate. From guys having to step in as a result of these injuries. You never root for players to miss time and go down, but you'll always root for the guys filling in, who are getting their shot to make their name and contribute when it really matters.
And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Flushed out of the pocket. And he breaks out the slide. Didn't want to take a hit, but he is just shy of the first down marker. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And it sets up Seattle with first down. Out of the gun, a give to Charbonnet. Open space inside the 40. And he has this all the way down to the 23. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
That is textbook RPO right there, Kate. Quarterback's decision-making comes quick off the snap. And that back, you know that he's already looking for those lanes before the ball's even in his belly. Before that defense can adjust to the run, he hits that second level.
Going to the ground again on first. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
On second down, a run with Charbonnet. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. A solid gain of 6 there. It's going to be third and just a yard. Another carry for Charbonnet. And again, they stall him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Jason Myers out there now to try and field goal for the Seahawks on fourth down. This is going to be a 31-yarder from the right hash. Myers' kick is good. And the opening drive, the game ends in 3 points.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Ronnie Rivers now on the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here come the Rams on offense, readying for their opening drive. And they're brought out by the reigning MVP, the second of his career, the best runner in the game. It's Lamar Jackson.
A bit of an uneventful outing individually last week, Kate. A touchdown and a pick for him, but the lasting memory, there's no question about it. Walking off that field with the loss, that stings. No doubt he feels he could have done more to prevent that result, so expect to see a motivated individual taking snaps here this week.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Second down now, 7 to go. First carry now for Kyron Williams. He breaks a tackle. And they can't jump to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And it brings up an LA first down. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game.
Delay of game, offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty.
Still first down.
Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. They'll run here following the penalty. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. Puka Nacua the target on that throw. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Escapes the sack. Ooh, can't avoid that one, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut big, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. That hits at the 9, but nobody around to grab it. It carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks and wide receiver DK Metcalf set for another drive. And he's in the midst of a phenomenal season. Right now you can see he's 2nd in the league in touchdown receptions. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. He finds Fant. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Tackle made by Cameron Curl. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They go play action. Here's Smith. That one hits the ground, incomplete, but a flag also hit the ground. Let's sort this out.
Receiver downfield, offense.
He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up.
Still 2nd down.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun. Here's Smith. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
4th down punt from the Seahawks, and that means we're going to see Michael Dixon head on to send it skyward. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And the Rams will take possession. They've got 1st down from the 31. Lamar off the play fake. It's complete to Higbee. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Second down now, 7 to go. Play action, here's Jackson. Vacates, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes them back, third down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, the defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating third and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still third down.
Penalty not helping their cause for this third down. Lamar now from the gun. That's caught for the first. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Give to Williams from the gun. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Now Jackson off the play action. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. From the gun, Jackson. He has the first over the middle. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. Drops back. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Okay, it's pretty clear, isn't it? It's this constant pressure that this defense has imposed on this offense to keep them out of rhythm and build up this lead. This offense is not going to offer a comeback if this quarterback continues to run for his life.
This throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball. Well, nothing very fancy about that. That's just a textbook curl route. I think they were running curl routes last century, and it's a play that works a high percentage of the time then, just like it did now.
So some time to maybe reconsider what to do on 4th down. That's the end of the first quarter. Just a field goal separates these two. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. Time for the second quarter of play. It's Rams football. We'll see if they go for it here. 4th down near the end zone. And he's in for the touchdown. The Rams take a second quarter lead. Kyron Williams the touchdown. So, Brock, they take a gamble, and it pays off with a big touchdown on 4th and goal.
And they do it on the ground as well, and that just speaks volumes. That's confidence that you can own this line of scrimmage, and your back will see a lane and will get the job done. That just infuses your team and your sidelines with so much confidence.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Kickoff taken at the 3. They'll have decent field position to begin with here, Brock. He's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got first down from the 31. The drive will start with a run by Charbonnet. And it took a couple of guys to haul him down there after a gain of just 1. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Here he goes on the bootleg. Complete beyond the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That's a pickup of 9. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Throwing now off play action. He beams one deep right side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Smith. That's caught. Here's that Charbonnet. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Offense.
Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired.
Still 3rd down.
After the flag, they've got 3rd and 9 to figure out. And again, it's Smith. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. So another punt coming up. Michael Dixon back out there. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. The Rams back out on offense as we see Kyron Williams again. And after watching their passing attack take him the length of the field last drive, Brock, I expect we're probably going to see a heavy dose of the aerial attack again here. First down, here's Lamar. Got a man, Robinson has it. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Got Williams, and it's complete. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. They'll come up 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3. Now it's Lamar. Looking slant route, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Williams now on 1st and 10. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Brought down by Reek Woolen. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 39. Flush down out to his left. Now here he goes. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense. and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Now here's Lamar. That's on target, Puka Nacua. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First and 10, here's Jackson. Throw complete to Williams.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers that time, running back in the flat.
He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Play fake, Jackson. He's got it near the 8. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Chased out to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams now lead by 10. It's a Lamar Jackson touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith. Right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
The Rams kicking team is ready. And they're going to send this one away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. That one's caught along the left sideline. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Smith on 1st down. Toward the sideline, and he's got Metcalf. And he's out of bounds just inside the red zone. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Now a give to Charbonnet, coming right. And he'll have a short pickup down to the 17. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. From the 17. Brushes him off with ease. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Seattle. The Seahawks trailing on the scoreboard. So now here's 3rd and 5. From the gun, Smith. This one's caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal. Out of the gun, here's Smith. To the edge of the end zone. Oh, it's incomplete.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, well, he could get two hands on it and take it the other way.
That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down. Jason Myers now going to try to knock this through for the Seahawks. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. Myers' kick is good. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. He lost the football, and they steal it back on the return. And a great return comes to an end with the tackle.
Just look at everyone flying down the field. But when they fly down the field, they got two things in mind, Kate. Number one, get the returner down. And number two, separate the ball if you can. It's rare that it happens, but it sure is exciting when it does.
Charbonnet with the catch. And he's brought down for a loss. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're first to 3. Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Smith setting the throw. He brings it in. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Now Seattle going to call it second timeout. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Here's Smith. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. Now the Rams will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Jason Myers out there now to try a field goal for the Seahawks on 4th down. From the left hash, 34 yards away. Myers' kick is good. And that gets them back within 5.
Give him the first half trifecta. He's 3 for 3 on field goals. And as much as they'd like 6 points to end drives, not 3, they can at least be happy they're getting consistent looks inside field goal range. And he's delivering.
On the return, here comes Rivers. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Rams and this running back headed back out for a new series. And they've got a little over 30 seconds to work with. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. First down throw for Jackson. Complete. It's Atwell. He's got a gain of 6 there. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun, Jackson. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL where they come down to a play or 2 and 3rd downs. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
He has it at the 22. And he's brought down before the return gets far. This drive starts with barely any time left. 13 seconds in the half. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Looking to throw. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. All right, this is going to be the play that takes us to halftime. A final throw before the break. He puts some power on a deep one. That's grabbed inside the 30. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. That brings us to halftime with the visiting Rams out in front. Now we'll jump from the West Coast to the East Coast, down to our studios in Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, where you see the final score there. Terry McLaurin leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Finally, on Monday Night Football, Election Night Eve, the Super Bowl rematch from a few years back, Bucs and Chiefs from Arrowhead. We saw a fine performance in that first half from the running back, Kyron Williams. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. With that, the two squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Hewitt.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. On the return, here comes Rivers. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Rams ready to get things started on offense to begin the third. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And he takes this across. Nope, beg your pardon. They're going to spot him right at the 35-yard line. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Lamar off the play fake. Defense too much. The Seahawks drag him down. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Jackson now on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense.
Delay of game, offense.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty.
Still 1st down.
They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that 1st down flat. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Cup on the catch. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They send a man in motion. On 2nd down, a run with Williams. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He's on the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. The Rams are set to punt. Ethan Evans, the one to kick it away. Averaging over 50 yards a kick, and this is another one well hit. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. They're out and set, 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Charbonnet. He finds space for a few yards that time. Jared Verse on the tackle. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Charbonnet. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
Gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Throwing is Smith. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Kobe Durant has it. And the Rams are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Oh, there he was. A step away from making the post-game highlights you see on the news from going viral. Couldn't quite get there. Now they need to punch this one in to convert the interception into points.
It sure wasn't for lack of effort, though, and nobody in this stadium wanted to touch the pay dirt more than that returner. He did all he could do.
He did.
Sometimes you're just an agonizing step or 2 away from that kind of glory.
Got it off that interception, Brock. Let's see if they can pay that off with points. Here's 1st and goal. Lamar now from the gun. Has it in close. Touchdown, Los Angeles. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Cardi now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Rams push the lead up to 12.
Seahawks 9.
The Rams kicking team is ready. Now they're going to send this one away. Fielded at the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Seahawks and Zach Charbonnet ready for another go on offense. And his production is carried over into this 2nd half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. On 1st down, this is Charbonnet. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Charbonnet now up the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st down, and they go right back to it. This is ahead for about 5. Tackle made by Cameron Curl. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Rams 42-yard line.
From the 42. Finds a man right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 35 out of that one. And that will set up 1st and goal.
Kate, that play's so indicative of why tight ends in this league have become just an X factor. Right, they're big, they can block at the line of scrimmage, but the elite guys, well, they've got that speed, and they can take something short and make a difference with it down the field.
1st and goal, here's Charbonnet. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Just about every draw play in the book is headed right up the gut, but that doesn't mean you can ignore those DNs and the pressure they create on the edges. You got to hold them off, and if you don't, well, bad things happen just like that.
On 3rd and goal, Smith. The back grabs it. Touchdown, Seattle. right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Now it's Jason Myers on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Seahawks trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. On the return, here comes Rivers. And look at this return. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Seahawks bringing the pressure, and they got him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
How many times we see these coaches after games sit there at the press conference and pull out the stat sheet, and when they do, they look for some anomalies. And today, this head coach is going to be very proud of a defensive effort getting after the quarterback 6 different times. 6 sacks, and they've had a heyday in the backfield.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. He's contained at the line for no gain. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Finds his target, Robinson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. 3rd and 18 kills most drives, right? But they find an opening and hit it to pick up the 1st.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside. Look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helps set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Blitz coming, Lamar. That one complete to Higbee. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Julian Love bringing that one to an end. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Jackson yet again. He has the 1st over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still 1st down.
So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Lamar throwing again. This one's caught. It's cut near the sideline. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. And again, it's Jackson. He gets this one to Nakua. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the 3rd quarter. It's Rams ball. We'll see if they can hang on to this lead till the end. The Hawks dialing up the nickel D here, 3rd down. Again, it's Jackson to the air. This throw is caught. And he almost gets to the 5. He goes out at the 6. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have first and goal. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Now here's Lamar. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and you couldn't do it.
Here we go, 4th and goal inside the 1. Here's Lamar. And this is going to be an LA touchdown. The Rams take an 11-point lead as they try to push this one out of reach. Cooper Kupp, the touchdown. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Return coming from the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Seahawks returning their offense and this running back to the field. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Out of the gun, a gift to Charbonnet. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They'll motion him out of the backfield. 2nd and 10 now. It's Kupp Metcalf. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Charbonnet. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Smith. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. From the gun, Smith. The Rams get to him, and he's dropped. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Seahawks bringing out the punt team. Michael Dixon will kick it away. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. He's got it at the 24. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And it's going to be their football coming up. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
I've talked to running backs over the years, Kate, in the transition from the college game to the pro game. They'll tell you, there's just times in the NFL you got to run into darkness. You run into a lot of bodies. perfect example of that on the first down play.
Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. From the gun, Jackson. Throw complete to Williams. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed, enough to keep this drive moving.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They'll run. This is Williams. And he works his way for a gain of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 47. His pass caught by Nakua. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
First down, here's Lamar. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Couldn't connect on first, it's 2nd down. Play action, here's Jackson. It's complete to Higbee. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And the Rams are going to have a first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
From the red zone now. Throw reeled in by Higbee. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Slot man motioned over. A handoff for Williams, running left. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for first.
And he has the Los Angeles touchdown. The Rams make it a 3-score game in the 4th. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Point after converted from Cardi. And the Rams go up by 19. The Rams kicking team is ready. Then they're going to send this one away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Now Seattle all set to go here on offense. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Escapes the pocket. He can run it.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
2nd and 3. Quick slant, caught by Lockett. And he'll get it up to the 44. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No luck connecting with Jackson Smith and Jigba. So it'll be 2nd down. Back to the air. It's Smith. He's on the move. Oh, look at this. Here he goes.
You know, that's a situation. May have worked out better if he'd thrown the ball. His running ability gets him a chunk of yards, but still some work to do to get that first down.
On the move, headed right. They get 22 on that one. And it sets up Seattle with first down. Shotgun snap to Smith. Finds Smith and Jigba. And he gets this forward to the 19. Smith back to throw. Gets this one to Charbonnet. And he has them a first down, which they will tackle on the other side of this 2-minute warning. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He brings it in. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're first to 3. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. This offense in position now. It's first and goal. And again, it's Smith. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Boy, take a look at that. Look at him locking down his area of the end zone. They can bring it in close enough to take shots, but there are no easy touchdowns.
Looking to throw, Smith. Uh-oh, he's in trouble, and the Rams bring him down. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. The throw is caught, and they bring him down at the 7-yard line. They've got to keep moving quick here. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. Buys time, rolling right. And he's out of bounds. That is not going to be enough. He made a bid for it, but he was a couple yards short. That's a turnover. He's not going to get there. Doesn't make the end zone. That's short. And they're going to turn it over as 4th and goal fails. The Rams set to go on offense once more. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
Here's Williams to start the drive. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You call that first down running play. You don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
They'll go to a knee, and that defense can only stop the clock 2 more times.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So it's the Rams who take this one on the road. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Rams are winners as we say so long from Seattle.